Yeah. Greetings. My name is Brian. Welcome to KillCo Whiskey Musings. This is me trying to like hype myself up, like YouTubers are supposed to do. They're supposed to be extreme. How you doing, everybody? Just cut off 15 minutes of my life doing that. Zenboot, hello. Pizza. Pizza. Oh, mother freaking heck darn. Shoot, blast. So I'm trying to censor myself. Hold on. Don't go anywhere. Hold your breath. Zenboot, hi. Enjoy your pizza. I'll be here. You know where to find me. And all of you who are here, you know. Well, I hope you saw the thumbnail at the very least. It takes so much time to do thumbnails, you have no idea. This is an easy one, because I just keep the same one. I just do the same thing, because I don't have to make a new thumbnail. Anyhow, whiskey sample tonight is the unknown, the mystery. I'm almost halfway done with this damn thing. And it's already halfway through the year. This is going to be my thing every year. I get 2 advent calendars and do one throughout the entirety of the next year. Not a bad idea, not a great idea. Because I have to do these all the time. Which I'm happy to do. But I'm so bad at doing it. That tends to be the issue. Music Maestro. I was forgetting something. Other than the chat being visible to everyone. That's usually a good thing to do. You guys want to see what you say. And then the world sees what you said. There's no escaping it. The whole world is here. Anyhow, we're on day 11. We're on day 11. Where's that focus point? I know it's around here. Come on. It's not that close. Yeah, but hey, it's focusing on me and I hate it. You can see it. It says 11. It's fine. As always, please let me know what you're drinking tonight. I don't like to drink alone while I'm live streaming. So, please do tell. Whatever it is. Doesn't have to be alcohol. I don't encourage you to drink alcohol every time you watch me stream. I have to do it. You don't. You can drink whatever you want. Kathy Hewitt, hello. Happy Sunday. Happy end of June. Hi, Brian. Hi, Ben. Hi. Saw Ben yesterday. I'm sorry, Whiskey Uncensored. I saw Whiskey Uncensored yesterday. We had much whiskey. I lost count. I wasn't counting, but the amount of whiskeys I got to sample yesterday, as usual at Irene Tan's store, is 4 every hour? Yeah, I think that's what it was. Kathy Huey. Hello. Andrew Butler. Stacy sent us. How dare she? She's going to go past me at some point. Did you know that? Every time I check, I'm like, oh, she's at almost 850. I'm just waiting for the day. And I say that because it's happened to many other channels over the years. But I'm still here. Kicking it. That was such a 90s thing to say. Bourbon Neophyte, hello. She doesn't have to tell you, but yeah, I'm glad you do. Like this. Whoa, everything moved. Like this. Hello. Yes. Please like and subscribe. Where's the thing? You don't know what you're missing. Top Dog, hello. I want to go bark or woof. I want to say woof. I've said that before. Sugar Kitty. Look out, there's a Top Dog and a Sugar Kitty in the same chat room. Hoorah! Because dogs and cats. Mr. Mom. Man, Stacy has a crew. This is what they call a raid on Twitch. Just all these people who are watching one thing goes and watch another person. Be careful, Whiskey Uncensored. Please, for fuck's sake. Terrifying. Especially right now, the roads are weird. There's some warnings about possible hail. That was weird. Thunderstorms and such. I was nervous about doing the stream tonight. I won't lie. I mean, I will lie. I won't lie about that. Because I basically shut down my computer. I was like, I guess I'm not doing anything. Wind was kicking up. It was getting a little rainy, a little thunder lightning-ish in the background there. And then nothing happened. Blah. I wanted some crazy thunderstorm. But no, I didn't get one. Northwest Bourbon. Whoa, everything moved again. I had to come over here and press the like button. Yes, that I agree with. I don't know how any of this works. But like buttons are good, and subscribing is good. And memberships are good. That's a thing now, still. Patreon is good. I have one of those. That's good to watch that. What else? Those are the big ones. Those are the big, big helpful ones. The horrible little thing in my head. It's like, yes, if I have more patrons and members, I can buy more bottles. It's like, really? You don't need more yet. I need to share the ones I have before I start going crazy. Or I need more shelf space. That's usually what happens to people. I guess I just need more shelf space. Highland Park 15 in the Glen. I like that. That sounds good. I haven't had any Highland Park for a while. I've been meaning to get cast strength for ages now. Ugh. Keep forgetting. But didn't linger. That's what you want. You want that like button. I think. I don't know. Now YouTube will send people stuff. This is how you get viewers. And so many of it is just... If you've watched enough videos right now on YouTube, like the first thing they talk about is themselves, and you should subscribe and Patreon and everything. I'm choking on my rage. Show me the video. Then I'll decide. Four-leaf whiskey, hello. Peter White, hello. Four-leaf, you sent a raid over here, as far as Twitch is concerned. Like all the people who are watching your stuff came over here. It's madness. Oh, I want some coffee right now. Oh, I went through it tasting at 5 gins. Whoa. Four-leaf, I hear you got tasting stuff yesterday. I saw a little bit of that earlier. I know the feeling. It's like, I've had enough whiskey for now. Just for now. Visiting Irene Tan's store will do that to you. 3 storms today. First one formed out of Scranton, Pennsylvania. I think that's what PA is, I'm not sure. But right past us, then an hour later, we got a bunch of rain. Now number 3 is starting to come through. Yeah, it's the same. It's the nasty weather is just kind of passing south just slightly. Thank you. It's nice to be wanted. All right, let me start this up before I get distracted, even more so. We begin with the color. Look at it. Does it look like a bourbon? Yes. It's almost too bourbony, actually. So it might be a Scotch in disguise. They used coloring. We don't like coloring here. We don't hate it. And we, I guess, is more than me in my head. Nick Promin, hello. Get Adriana to message me back. I tried to message her on Facebook and texting. And I'm like, okay, I guess I need to email you. I've got the Alzheimer's thing. I'm sure she's getting bombarded by people right now. But I have a sample pack from me, and the hell was the other one? Oh yeah, Irene Tan. I asked Irene if she wanted to donate a bottle, and she did. So you got a bottle from her and a sample pack from me. You can let her know now, so she doesn't have to get back to me, I think. We're good, as long as I said it to someone who knows. Everything's moving so fast. I love it. And also, it's the Al Gore rhythm. Yes, that's what it is. Color. It looks really nice, actually, but it just makes me suspicious. Onto the nose. It smells kind of bourbony. Very sweet. There's something weird in there. Whose phone is ringing? Who even uses phones like that anymore? I don't know where she is. She's in the ugh. Scientists having to work on weekends. That's awful. Well, whenever you see her, if she's around. It seems like corn sweet, and it's got leathery notes to it. And we're thinking of like a car, leather in a car, so it's been hit by the sun enough times. I don't know why that's important, but apparently it is in my head. There's some orange rind in there. So it is orangey, but also kind of bitter. You didn't think so bitter is a smell, but... There is something I don't like in this, and it's that kind of... It's a cleaning solution. So maybe it has something to do with the alcohol. But it doesn't sit right in my nose. It's just kind of sharp, a little... Trying to think of a good way to describe this here. Hold on. Kind of like a needle. Or a pin. Not a needle, pin. Yeah. I don't know why I'm thinking of pin, but there it is. It doesn't mean it's sharp or stingy, just... That's the image I'm getting. Wild. Do I mean pin? No. What do I mean? What's the actual needle that you use to like sew something up? I'm saying pin, and I'm thinking like a pin that you pin stuff onto your shirt. That's not what I mean. That's why I said needle. It's technically a needle and thread, right? I have never had to do that. That's on my list, man. That's on my list of things I should learn how to do and be an adult. Because I have socks that need to be mended. I like the socks, but I don't feel like doing the mending part. I've almost gone onto YouTube to check and got one of those little, like, at-home sewing kits. It's good to be a handy person, you know. Fix small problems. Adventure with scientists. Pirates that are scientists. That'd be kind of neat. Something like something out of One Piece. Provo? Uh-oh. I'm getting very distracted by this nose. It seems like a bourbon, but there's something just off about it. Alright, to the palate. It's a book and a movie? The hell? Good advice. It could happen. I can see myself doing something stupid like that. It's like, oh, there's the hole. Let me just stab. Ah! That's a cartoon scenario right there. This is a little dry on the finish. I kind of blanked out at the taste at the start because there was a lot of chatting going on. I'm going, what? Huh? Huh? Oh, I keep up. Plus, my eyes feel weird today. It's not... I did a lot of socializing yesterday, so parts of me are just going, I don't want to... No. Yay, depression. Yay. Woo. Acme sewing kit. Yep. Tink. This has been happening a few times lately. Getting something that seems metallic in nature. Beep beep. Is that good? That's pretty good, right? Just shows I watched that cartoon a lot when I was younger. Oh, it's very dry. Say, Scotty, hello. Welcome. Welcome. Yeah, but you're over there. That's like a sensible thing to have at hotels. For us, it's freaking religious books. That's really it. That's what you actually get. Here you go, plunk. I'll leave that in there. Should be a book of law. So people know when they're in trouble. I should check. Not a heck of a lot to the palate. It is like bizarrely dry. It hits my tongue and I hold it there and it just all the moisture gets out of it. I've been worried if you listen to the podcast before the show, members and patrons. Blech. I did that today. That was one day late, technically, because I was actually out doing stuff yesterday. So I had to have more to talk about other than my usual daily, weekly routines, which are very exciting things, I promise. But going to Irene Tan's store is always a bit of fun. It's the getting back part I often get worried about. So far, I've done great. Yeah, I had the weird experience. I'm starting to wonder if it's broken, but I have a breathalyzer thing in my car that I use after any festivities out and about. Because you don't want to drink and drive, you don't want alcohol in your system. So I checked at the end. I had been taking breaks and drinking plenty of water and making sure, I'm where I'm good. And by the time I left, I was at 0. Which I'm very skeptical of that. I was expecting like 0.02 or 0.01. Or it's there, but it's not really affecting me. What's really disturbing is when you think about where you'd have to be above that level, like to be like inebriated while driving. Whew. You would know. Like you get to 0.03 and you're like, yay. That's where you want to be. That's like the little starting to get tipsy zone. And you double that, you're basically inebriated. And what is it, 0.07, 0.06, right? It is 0.06, I think. That feels right. Yeah, it feels like a little corn sweetness. Like wet coffee grounds. And walnut. There's a nice little sweet bit in there, but it's like buried under this. The fact that it's like obliterating my tongue and making it all dry. Oh, what I was going to say, which I mentioned in the podcast, is that I'm taking a new medication now. Hey, let's see how that works. And what I'm worried about, because medication does stuff to you, that's the idea. But in this case, one of the side effects is dry mouth. And the last thing I want is medication that affects my palate in any substantial way. But I'll be taking it at night, so if it's giving me dry mouth, it'll be mostly at night. And also, it's supposed to cause drowsiness, so I'll be asleep, which will be good. Because I won't have to worry about being more tired than I already am all the time. Instead, it'll be, I'll be unconscious already. Screw it. Gideon Bibles, too. Weird toiletries and other things. Oh. I hope to find out someday, Andrew Butler. Go over there and just see all the strange things. Aren't the plugs different? Is that a thing? I feel like it is. Or is that like other countries? You have to, the sockets are different, so I have to use some kind of adapter. I feel like that's some other places. Zen Boots, I'm back having Irene Litchfield Malt on the Rocks. Good choice. Not that I like it, but I want to use it up. Yeah. You can make it in a cocktail easy. Easy. I have mine around here somewhere. I don't remember where I put it. You fooled me before and I didn't. Yeah. We know. You get to 40-something and you're like, I know how to do this. I had, well, I didn't eat much at the first when I got there. I had a slice of pizza that was very hot, but about midway through, I ate 3 or 4 slices of pizza. So that's always a good one. Pizza's a good one. That'll tamp down anything. No chance that if you ever tried to drive in Scotland, the merest hint, and you will be handy. I'm not planning on doing any driving in Scotland. Other side of the road. Not even going to attempt it. I'm told there are very good public transportations over there. Kind of. So it's either that or Uber or whatever the heck is over there. Safest plug in the world. Oh. Good. Is it 0.08? That seems insane. That's just you're gone, man. Like if you're there, you're gone. You should not be doing anything. Ugh. Should be asleep. Ugh. That was Irene, actually. I asked her for a picture, which if you saw my Instagram post earlier today, I'm sure you did. I had a bunch of us in the photograph, and I didn't want to be in the photograph, but I shoved my head in the corner, and yeah. I feel like I should have gone around the back. Then I would be far away from everyone and just standing in the background like, Next time. Everyone had had drinks by then, and everyone was being impatient. Grand. That's how they get you. It's like, hey, you going overseas, you'll need an adapter. Aw. It's alright. Whatever. As long as I can charge my cell phone. And my watch. I'm trying to figure out the proof on this. It feels like it's around 50-ish %. It's growing on me. It's less dry now. There was some kind of cherry note. I'm getting halfway in the middle of this. Another thing doesn't make sense, but it's like sticking to the top of my mouth. With this cherry note. It's subtle, but it's there. I like that. Alright, let's find out what this is, shall we? Good idea, thanks. Glad I came up with it. This one is popular, apparently. There we go. I'm looking at the little thing. I'm like, I am on day 11, right? Yeah. Roughly double yours? What? Why the kettles boil quickly? Yeah, I'll do it. I use my stove, which uses fire. Because we're an archaic civilization. Ugh, fire, good. It makes me nervous, man. I want like a... What are the new ones nowadays? It's electric and it's like flat. And it heats up evenly. I forget what they're called. The word is in there, but I can't think of it. And go. It makes perfect sense. Oh my god, I didn't say it at first. I really should have. I've said it so many goddamn times, so I always don't say it. It's doing exactly what I thought it would do. It is a bourbon. Oh, that's that's freaking hilarious. Hold on. I want to make sure I got the details here. If it is just this, that's funny. Where's Adriana? That's a big clue right there. Where'd you go? Nick, you have to witness this. Witness this humor. So I didn't say it seems like it's very similar to Knob Creek earlier. I really should have. I really, really should have. But this is a Knob Creek 12 year. At 100 proof. I got the ABV dead on. That's hilarious. It's exactly the problem I have with Knob Creek. It's not sweet enough and it's very dry to me. This one wasn't very tobacco-y. It is leathery for me. Like it was all there. Bourbon and bowls. Hello, cheers. Welcome. Funny you should show up now when we find out this is bourbon. Thank you, Joe, the sample guy. Hi, welcome. Welcome. Joe. Joe and bourbon balls. Oh, that's so funny. Do I have it? Hold on. I have a one around here somewhere. There it is. Oof. Oh, that's their pick. Or is the 12th year the normal release? I'm forgetting. I feel like it is. That's such a curveball to throw into this. You think it's going to be something really fancy, really expensive for all of these, and it's like, no, it's Knob Creek. Enjoy. Oh, that's so funny. I haven't had any Knob Creek in a while. It's not my preferred. I don't dislike it. I enjoy saying there's more for Adriana this way. So it's not too spicy. At least this one isn't. That's a very pleasant surprise. I've been thinking about having bourbon lately. In fact, if I can get off my posterior and get things done the way I want to, and not have so many things, or what seems like so many things to me, to do, there will be a number of bourbon videos coming out within the coming weeks. It's also birthday month starting tomorrow. So prepare yourselves. The idea will be that I will have raffles every week, either Friday or Sunday. I haven't quite figured that out. This first week of July, it'll be Sunday, because Sunday is July 7th, and that's my birthday. So that makes sense. It'll be a 7-pack, and hopefully I'll be able to get it everywhere. I'm really sketchy about using the little sampler things I have now, because I found out they can melt if they're in ridiculous heat for an extended period of time. 9 years 100 proof. Okay, that felt weird. Like 12 year? What? So maybe it's not the normal. I have to check the one I have. No, wait. Trying to think. I think both of them that I have are picks of some sort. So there's the really old school one I've had for years now, which is the It's Bourbonite Knob Creek pick that they did when they got married. So that's been a minute. And then I have one that I believe was a store pick, which is over here. I'm going to check. I don't remember where I put it. Don't go anywhere. I'm still here. It'll take a minute. What? 9 years 100 proof. Okay, hold on. What do I have here? Yeah. I got that one. That one's from a store. Some Cappies, actually. I believe... Cling, clang, cling. I believe that's it. I think those are the only Knob Creeks I have. 12, 15, and 18-year varieties. I don't know if I've had the 12. I feel like I have. But there's a problem when you try lots of whiskey and do it for like your job-ish. That you get a lot of them. I still think it's funny that in my head, part of me thought it was very similar to Knob Creek because it's doing the same thing that it's done before. Dries out my mouth, not very sweet. Definitely seemed like a bourbon at the start. So that is a really good color for a bourbon. I'll give it that. Part of me was convinced it was going to be a Scotch with coloring, but that is a beautiful bourbon color. So 12 years. Huh. That still seems too long to me, but I get this with this Knob Creek. Knob Creek is always a bit weird to me anyhow. But 12 years, huh? It shouldn't surprise anyone that I like the color of a 12 year because a 10 year Eagle Rare, which is right there, is my preferred drink as like a default, which really sucks. Okay, and we've had the conversation about me enjoying Buffalo Trace and hating that fact sometimes. It's like, if only I could get an E.H. Taylor because I like it. Or get an Eagle Rare because I like it. Or get a Weller 107 because I like it. No, you have to have the curse. Where you can't get your whiskey that you like. You have to get the whiskey that everyone just wants. And that's why it's so expensive and you can't find it anywhere. And it's allocated. That's the curse. The curse word is allocated. I also have that same problem with Four Roses. Because I love me some Four Roses and I really like the special releases. The little shiny gold labels they have. But no. Or their LEs. But no. What a very mundane problem to have, by the way. This is a first world problem in every level possible. It's like, I can't get that whiskey I like. Brr, curses. While I'm surrounded by bottles of whiskey. That's nice. I mean, it's still not my preferred. Still not sweet enough. But as far as it goes, it's a nice surprise. I'm glad to get to have it. Like, very nice surprise. Ordered from Amazon with free delivery. Don't tell me that. What's the price, though? Like, what's the pound prices over there? Pounds? Euro? I have no idea. I'm in Chambers. Hello. Lurk away. Lurk away, my dear. Always a pleasure to see you. What am I doing? I am looking for everything else here. So if you want to, I like to say, while I'm doing this, is what else they show me on the Discord for this sample is other videos that have done reviews about Knob Creek 12. It looks like, hey, I know that guy. I met that guy. Liquor Hound has done a Knob Creek 12 and 15-year-old bourbon compared. Ooh. I think I would like to try the 15, but only if it just shows up. I'm not looking for those expensive BS. And then it's Bourbon did one. A double uncorking of the 9-year and, well, the 12-year, but that's the 12-year at 120 proof. Someone didn't do their research. This one is, what, 50? Is it 50? I can't read. Yeah, it was 50. I looked at the picture, Brian. You looked at the picture, you zoomed in. Knob Creek 12-year, 100 proof. Good. Confirmed. Knob Creek 12-year, 100 proof. So that's not quite right. This happened earlier today. I felt the need to correct. And I hate to say it. I don't want to be that guy who's like, you didn't say it right. But for the Whiskey Tribe video yesterday, for whatever reason, they had a lineup of whiskeys, and it was like the favorites. You can watch it, but it's the lineup of whiskeys for the people who work at Crowded Barrel. They picked out their favorites, and were trying to find it in a lineup. And there was one that someone liked there. I can't even remember how he said it, because my brain is so fixated on it. But it's Penelope. It's Penelope Bourbon. And he said something completely different. I was like, what? How do you screw up Penelope? I even looked it up. I was like, why? What? Hold on. Maybe he is saying it right. And then I checked their website. It's like, it's named after the founder's daughter. It's like, oh, well, it's Penelope then. Gah. 32 and 40 ER? I have no idea. For the 700 milliliter. Well, you had it that, which is stupid. That's 1.5 liters. Yeah. We might have some of that after this since we're talking about it. Jameson sent out to say, good idea, Kathy. I still haven't done that. I'm going to miss. I'm going to forget. I'm going to not be able to find it. But I'm also still the person who doesn't have the money to buy extra bottles right now. Soon, though, Mike Franklin came in here yesterday, if you weren't here. Not yesterday, Friday. And, where is it? Did that. Like, as I was shutting it on the stream. All right, that's... What do I say? Hold on. There you have it, folks. As always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. Mike Franklin, $100. Wow. Don't do that. I mean, do that, but don't do that. That was funny. That I can use to buy some extra Jameson's stouts. 4-Leaf mentioned it early in the week. Last week, surely. But it looks like they're going to stop doing the Jameson finishes, like the IPA and the stout finish, because the brewery was sold that they were using. Do not quote me on any of this. This is like stuff I heard last week, and it's already fizzling out. It's like smoke in the distance, and it's fading. So it's over there. It's over. What were we doing again? Who were we looking for? Out in the woods? Oh, I'm hungry. Bye. That's how my brain works, for the record. I lost track of it. Hold on. Okay, so It's Bourbon Night did videos about Knob Creek, but not the same one. They did a 9-year and a 12-year at 120 proof. Oh. Each. Then we got My Bourbon Journey. Some of you may know them. They did the best 12-year bourbon. That's what their video was. Knob Creek 12-year small batch is this, the best 12-year bourbon. Should have reversed that. You got to throw the... I'm nitpicking again. But anyway, you throw the... What is it called? The pull the person in question. You got to throw that in first. I'm still not very good at doing that. Bourbon Junkies. I've heard of those guys. Have you guys heard of them? No? All right. Anyway, they did a Knob Creek 12-year bourbon review. Episode 100. Wow. That must have been a while ago. Not that I know who they are. Oh, it's a whole bunch of people. And the Mash and Drum. Battle of the 12-year. Looks like he's got what? You son of a... He's got Weller 12-year right there in the thumbnail. That's cool. Jerk. What else? Okay, there we go. We're good. Yeah, it's funny. I'm very amused at myself. And I'm kicking myself for not saying it out loud. But when you say it reminds me of Knob Creek so many times, and it not being Knob Creek, and you know it's not Knob Creek, but it's in that category. And then you get Knob Creek in your glass, and you think to yourself, oh, this is kind of like Knob Creek. But I've said that so many times. Hey, James, thanks for popping in. Fare thee well. See you in birthday month. You have to be for every stream in birthday month, all right? The whole thing. Please don't listen to what I'm saying. Do not believe that. Henry Butler, If only they shipped overseas. I don't know if I want Weller 12, though. Maybe. No. I know I like Weller 107, so we'll start. That's my default. Like, I like Weller level. I'm curious to try the full proof. I don't know what the 12 years percentage is, usually. But either way, because of what it is, I'm just screwed out of even having it to try. Unless it's at a bar. And even then, it'll be like $30 a pour. It's like, Yep, still very dry to me. Not sweet enough, still very dry. But this was a nice surprise. Yeah, it feels much more casual now. It seems like I've been going into all of these going, what is it this time? How expensive is it this time? And also, of course, the what the hell is it is the big one. Because being a whiskey somm is a bit of a curse, man. Once people know you're a whiskey somm, they really want to know what you think about whiskey. And you have to get it right. Like suddenly I have to have credibility? Ooh, I don't want that. I figured out it was a bourbon. I only wish I said Knob Creek. Oh, Critters at 7 in the summer. Ugh. Alright, those come first. The little monsters that they are. Master of Malt used to ship there till they got bought by an American company. Yeah. A lot of it is just the laws. American laws about liquor. State to state. Hell, even region to region or county to county kind of stuff. Just, it's dumb. There are literally parts of America where they just went, you know what, we don't want alcohol here. At all. I imagine they're nice places, but they just get the alcohol from outside that area. You go over the border, get their booze, and come back. Silly. It's like prohibition. They're attempting to keep it there. I guess there are people who like that, who want that. But it doesn't work. It doesn't work very well. However, weirdly enough, I'm still for the idea of what happened with prohibition. At the time, it was bad. But it was necessary. If you just look into the history of why it happened for 5 minutes, you go, oh, things were real bad with alcohol then. Like, real bad. You don't just suddenly have a countrywide ban of alcohol because things were going okay. Like, there was nothing wrong with alcohol at that time. Not at all. Not at all. So at the least, things are more under control with that. And it happened because of prohibition, which sucks. Unfortunately, the government went, okay, you guys deal with it state to state now. It's your problem. Instead of just saying, whatever. Don't get me started on that. It's so silly. Like, again, the U.S. government going, I don't want to deal with it. You go, states, go ahead. Figure it out. We tried. We did the whole prohibition thing, said no alcohol, and everyone got angry about it. So you guys figure it out. Figure it out by yourself. So suddenly states all have different laws about alcohol, and it makes a whole goddamn mess. And we have different states that have, what the heck is it called? Like state-run liquor stores? The word allocate is ringing in my head because there's a difference with that there. But it's state-controlled. State-controlled liquor stores. They usually cost less. And I keep saying I'm going to go to one. It requires I drive up to New Hampshire or Vermont. I feel like those are state-controlled. The only thing I did with the little knowledge I had, very, very little knowledge, that I had years ago, I went to Vermont and New Hampshire a few times, I believe to visit my brother when he was doing theater stuff. So I knew on the way back I needed to stop at the liquor store, which I did. It was massive. And instead of looking for anything interesting, all I did was I bought Jameson, a really big handle of it, or 1.75 of it. At least I know I liked Jameson at the time. But that felt so like anticlimactic when I look back at it. Like I could have found something really good at one of those state-controlled liquor stores if I just looked for it, and all I did was buy a big thing of Jameson because it cost less? Okay. Not the greatest idea. What I keep thinking someday, and maybe I could do this instead of the flight I was thinking of doing. The flight I'm considering doing for Adriana's raffle thingy. What's it called? Walk to End Alzheimer's. Keep that in there. Is one sample of each of the Game of Thrones bottles. Which I think is a pretty interesting thing. Even though you can get them, it's hard to find all of them. Or I could send one to Adriana too. Now that I think about it. Adriana. Is if I go back, this would require a little work on my part. So the more I think about it, the more I'm like, I don't know. I have said enough times in the videos I've done, this kind of reminded me of Knob Creek, right? Right. I heard you, don't worry. So if I could pick out, we'll say 4, because that's the easiest thing for me to do. 4 bottles that I have that remind me of Knob Creek that I could send to her to see if she would like them. Because if she likes Knob Creek, and I'm trying stuff that I think seems like Knob Creek, like this, for example, it's a thought. I like the thought. Just a matter of having to figure out what it would be. But I can just browse. I can go back to some of my videos and look. All I have to do is really look at the video, and then I can find one of the videos I think it could be, try the whiskey, and go, nope. Yeah. Like it was interesting at the time. And now the prices have gone down because it's not center view. I keep expecting them to do it again. They're doing some kind of Game of Thrones thing now. And part of me is like, please don't do another whiskey thing. Please don't. So yeah, I like that idea. We'll see. I'll mull that around a little bit. Because that would be a much more interesting, personalized sample that someone could win. And that's why I'd want to send her a pack as well, so I can get the thumbs up on some of them seeming like Knob Creek. We'll see. We'll see. I'll think about it. Nick, if you're still here, toss that idea along too. Please. For whenever you see her. If she still is there. If she lives there. If you see her within the next week. You tell her that. She works too hard, man. Being a scientist is rough. You wonder why scientists go mad. There's a reason. There's constant failures and experiments and stuff. You're going to lose your mind. Can hear the birds outside my window. What are they? Wow. All right. Well, brain's not working today at all. Cool. Sparrows. House sparrows, technically. And they live around here. I don't know if they live outside my window or they might be in the trees. There's a tree there. But they could easily hide in any of the overhangs of this building. This building is ancient. Yeah, as far as America is concerned. Not ancient as far as where Andrew Butler is. But around here, it's like 100 plus years old. So it's been a while. Plenty of things live here. Including me. I have one of the best apartments in this building as far as I'm concerned. Don't tell anyone. I had one of the things that made me twitchy and angry at management recently was that I've been complaining about the noise, which I do occasionally, because at some point, I get to that point where they did something really annoying. But I keep messaging them about it once in a while, saying, hey, let them know to keep it down after 11 p.m., huh? That'd be great. That's your rules. Please do that. Because I'm not going to deal with them. Like, I don't know who wrote what down in what book where someone, they have the idea that, but they're your neighbor. It's like, no, they're the person management decided to shove in that room next to me. I don't want to talk to them. I don't like them. They don't know I don't like them. So that's your job, to manage that. Management. The thing that really ticked me off is do you want to go to a different apartment? It's like, no, it's not going to be any different. And this is one of the best apartments there is. Right here. I have access to everything, and I'm on the first floor. And I have a nice view that doesn't point outside. The sunlight comes in through my apartment window every morning. The gym's down the hallway, the mail's down the hallway. What else? Not that I use the gym, but I can get the mail, the laundromat's down the hallway. I got a maid, man. Don't ever ask me that question again. How dare you? How dare you? Think I want to leave my apartment because of those chuckleheads next door. They're going to move out long before I do. I've been here for 10 years. Been here, how long have I been here? It's probably close to 14 now that I think about it. I moved here in 2000 and, well, it's 2024. So it must have been 2012, 2011. I spent all my 30s living here. Isn't that weird? And I was not happy. I was not in a great state. Built in 1976. But the first house I lived in was built before there was a USA. That's a while ago. That's a while ago. My parents' house was really old too. It's one of those houses that was there as the city and everything else started springing up around it. Not city, the towns. Towns got bigger. And the place they live is like the posh area for the Quinnic Island. First of all, they're on an island. They're on an island. Keep that in mind. That makes the prices there very expensive. Because there's bridges they have to go over. Everything has to go over a bridge or a boat. Most likely a bridge. So there's a lot of people who own sailboats. There are some areas where lower income is a thing. Numerous areas, actually. But there are a lot of posh, big-ass, expensive buildings in my area. It's weird. I don't like it. Who lives in the cellar of your building? I don't think anyone does. And if they do, I don't want to know. I have wondered about the cellar of this place numerous times. At some point, I'm just going to ask maintenance. It's like, so what's downstairs? Is there a real big downstairs? Is there a downstairs of any sort, really? I don't know if there is where I am. Because there's only dirt underneath where I am. Going to the courtyard. But the outside of the building does have like little windows at some points. It's really creepy. 1648. Damn. One and only point, I was one of the 3 courtesy officers, off-duty police. My apartment was quiet. Just because we all got along. That's the thing. The big thing that I always get annoyed at, and I have not lived in many apartments. I have lived in this one and one other, and the one before I was living in the basement, and it was just a house that was converted into about 4 or 5 different apartments. Big house, so it could be done. I barely saw anyone who lived there, but there was noise. And there was the weird part was there were stairs that went to my apartment. The key, the big point, was my apartment for that building had an outside entrance in the back. Because I was living in the basement. So I got my own parking spot, technically. Although I usually parked on the side of the road. Got my car screwed up numerous times due to that. Side mirror of the car just thunk, busted twice. And yeah, so I got my own outdoor entrance. Everyone else had to go into one hallway and then go to their apartments to get in. Like they had, it was the only way they had to get in. And I had the back entrance, and I could go in the front and then go down some stairs, which led to my apartment, which felt really weird, because it also was where the laundry thing was. And that was weird. Didn't like that. Didn't like the fact that there were stairs that led down, that people could go down, but it was a locked door. And that's where the basement was all the way. So it was like a door. Hold on, I gotta think. You could go down the stairs that would lead to the other part of the basement, which was just a hallway. And the hallway led to my door. And the other side just went to kind of the storage. There's nothing out there. It was just part of the basement. We had a young couple with child upstairs. Heel strikers always stomping along our ceiling. I left and 4 guys moved in. They're actually much quieter. Yeah. Men can be a little unruly sometimes, but depends on what kind of guys they are. I mean, for me, I'm a single man living in this apartment. I'm fairly quiet. That's my thing. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be a bother. That's simple. And the thing I was going to mention, was for whatever reason, like this was a refurbished building, and it's a thing in America where they don't bother making the walls quiet. So there's no real like silence in, not insulation, but there's nothing to stop noises going through the walls. They just don't bother. That's what's really irritating to me. And I'm still waiting for them to tell me that they're going to do that. some soundproofing of some sort, any sort. That'd be great. Hasn't happened yet. Don't know when it will, if it will. They said it would. That's all I got. But that's the frustrating part. Like, they refurbished the whole thing. They could have made it pristine. Every apartment as quiet as you can imagine. Nope. To cut costs, I imagine. They didn't bother. Sad part is you get used to it. You get used to the people who live next door to you being the way they are. Still don't like it, though. It's alright, though. As long as I can sleep. And I'm relatively fortunate that the people who do live, like this one, and those two, just... Person upstairs, I don't hear much, but I have had one experience that was terrifying, where I don't know what the heck happened, but it was the most dramatic thing I've heard in a long time, because the guy lost his shit. He really did. They must have had a window open or something. But I can hear stuff up there occasionally, not much. Occasionally, like things being moved around that are heavy. That's one thing. Sometimes music, but not really. But there was one time they moved out. I know they did. Whoever they were, they're gone. But there was someone up there who was losing their goddamn mind because something happened in their relationship where I think they had cheated, like the partner had cheated on them, and I think they locked themselves in the bathroom. And he just went off screaming. Like, I loved you. How could you do this to me? That kind of stuff. I'm just like, well, this only happens in movies. But it was in such a way where I started to worry about the other person. Like, they wouldn't stop yelling. So they had lost control of themselves. And I had to actually call the police and be like, hey, we got a major issue upstairs, and I'm worried like the guy is going to kill her. Or them. I don't know if it was men or women, but that was wild. Needless to say, they don't live there anymore. I don't know who the heck moved in, but luckily upstairs I don't hear much. That was the one time in the 10 or 12 years I've been here that happened. And then the annoying couple that lives next door, toxic couple as I like to call them, or sometimes I call them Tweedledee and Tweedledum because I'm mean. And then I don't like to say the crazy lady because crazy is a nasty word, but she needs medication like I need medication. I don't go nuts without medication, but I'm not great. I think that's the one good thing about having like crippling depression. I'm not going to bother many people. It's like I can barely exist. It's all I need to be. I'll be in bed. That's it. I haven't talked with everyone on here much about like the real bad depression times, but there was at least one time I can remember I just was in bed for 24 hours. I got out to use the restroom and that was it. Didn't do anything else because I couldn't. Ugh. Imagine that. It's like when I think of mental illness, you have to think about. Unfortunately, you have to make a physical metaphor. Like something has to happen physically to a person for them to get the very difficult idea of, okay, you're mentally ill. So it's like when you have the flu, except you're fine. Like generally speaking, physically you're fine. But there are symptoms of you cannot get out of bed and you're not going to do much of anything. Because you can't. But that's not even close. Like having the flu is pretty miserable, but this is a different sort of misery. It does affect you. It does affect you physically, of course, because the brain controls the rest of you. Hey, I don't want to leave that alone. Though. I will leave this on a high note. Knob Creek's funny. I'm glad Adriana likes it. It's not my thing. Give me Eagle Rare or Blanton's. Bourbon, Whiskey Uncensored, did give me something interesting yesterday that was very similar to Buffalo Trace or Blanton's. I forget what it was, though. I wonder if I have a sample of that. I don't know if I asked for that. It's fine. I can ask him later. But I will be back here on Friday. I should have a video out on Wednesday. I'm not going to promise that right now. Just because of the way I've been feeling. I have to record it still, and then edit it. Yay. It's harder than it looks. But I want to get them done. Like, the main thing is I have the bottles right next to me. I want to open them. It's the editing part that can be a pain. But get ready, everyone, for birthday month. I will say that. And, as always, live long and prosper. Don't forget to be awesome. And I will see you out there. Hey, thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you next time.